Allison Alston, and in this episode of American Dream TV, I'm sharing the wonderfully diverse and tight-knit neighborhood of Southend here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Southend has a rich history, literally. It's the place of our nation's first gold rush. Since the mid-1800s, this area has pressed textile, transit, and tech boundaries. But today, Southend is the star, a place where forward-thinking entrepreneurs have found a community that values their creativity, collaboration, and diversity. While I would typically be visiting the Southend Farmers Market, today I have the privilege of sitting down with Megan Good from Charlotte Center City Partners. She's going to share more about the history of this booming area of Southend. Megan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to learn more about your role with Charlotte Center City Partners and some of the history of Southend. It sounds like you have quite a bit of knowledge.
Charlotte Center City Partners is the downtown association for Charlotte, and so we're focused on things that make this place great. We have programs for visitors and for residents. We do some long-range economic development, as well as a lot of programming, things like farmers markets and pop-up markets.
I know Southend has changed quite a bit over the last decade in particular.
Yeah, so Southend's story is a really interesting one. You know, like Charlotte, a lot of this neighborhood grew up around the railroad. In fact, the train line that's right behind us was originally the railroad. That was sort of why Charlotte is here. You know, the other thing that I really love about the way this neighborhood has evolved is in a lot of places when you see this much development, you lose a lot of the local businesses that make an area feel really special. And that hasn't happened here yet. Businesses really see the promise of what's happening for Charlotte in this area and invest and find a way to stay.
Megan, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. And speaking of the light rail, we're going to go ahead and hop on the light rail next and head into the 7th Street Public Market. As promised, we're here at the market at 7th Street with the owners of Mano Bella, Raffaele and Madison. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Of course, Alison. Thank you, guys.
We're excited to learn more about what you're doing today. They're going to show us how to make some of their delicious scratch-made pasta.
So we start about 1 year and a half ago from a ghost kitchen up in the university area. And from that, we moved very, very fast. We go from one little suite, and from one farmer's market last year, we ended the year with 6 farmers market last year.
That's incredible.
Yep. We've been very, very welcome from the Charlotte community. This is what we like to do. So we try to bring to Charlotte a real authenticity Italian food. And this is just what it's all about for us.
Well, speaking of authentic Italian, would you mind sharing with the viewers what the name Mano Bella means?
Yes, so it's a little funny story. I met Madison, my wife now, in 2013. So 1 year after, so we did a long relationship, me being in Italy, she being in the States. 1 year after, I flew from Italy here in the States and I proposed to her. So I bought this ring that is like a normal ring, yeah, with the stone.
Yeah.
And every time like we will go for walks around, I will give her my hand, and every time she will squeeze me and hurt me. So I will tell her, More, that is mean love. Can you please give me the Mano Bella? Can you give me in a better way your hand? So, and as this reason, that was the beginning, but as well, Mano Bella, we call that because everything is handmade, artisan made.
So I think really Mano Bella speaks to the connection, like obviously our connection, but our connection to people, our connection to farmers, and how people connect over food. So to us, that's really what Mano Bella means.
That's a beautiful story and such a great name. I am ecstatic to have you guys on and be able to share your story with our viewers.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
That means a lot.
Thanks so much for joining me on this episode of American Dream TV. I've had a great time sharing Southend and the market at 7th Street with you. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy some lunch. I look forward to seeing you next time.